My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We're heading into the sluice on our run, which is largely about trying to leverage the effective power of retribution.
Tread carefully and quickly. This is swine country.
So in particular, how we're accomplishing that is Major Sean using Retribution, the riposte skill for the Man-at-Arms. We are a Vanguard as well, so we do plus 25% damage with riposte skills. We also have Retribution setting up 2 taunt tokens on Major Sean, and with those taunt tokens, we do plus 50% damage for each negative token. And we also get another negative token courtesy of Selfish Motivation. Love it. Other than that, we have a couple things going on in the party as well.
Is it not?
Sorathil as well uses Pirouette really early on, moving to the back of the party and doing a huge amount of damage, and then Patricia follows up doing the same with Dragonfly. Right, of course, no mapping, so I'll take the one that has a candle. I also intend for my wheels and armor to be destroyed, because I have a wagon jack, so fighting hallway fights is as bad as it gets for me. And I like hallway fights. That's just more opportunities to get more loot, baby. So who has the worst relationships? That would be Patricia. So you can take the lead on this, and everyone else will agree with you, and you'll become more popular for it. Set up Fire Starter early here, or you could try and double blind the Swine Brute. I think I like the double blind on the Swine Brute. I didn't manage to blind it. That's really unfortunate. I only had a 20% debuff resist. Well, I set up combo at least. Pirouette time. Classic Retribution setup there. And our Jester unfortunately is dazed. Now Shank that they dodged in return. I'm gonna pull an Echoing March. Unfortunately, that also gets dodged. Good lord, every single one of their dodge tokens. Overwhelmingly effective. That said, Dragonfly is still going to be enough to take out an invisible Skitterer. And I may, nice, still be able to blind this guy. Not only did I blind him, put him down on the ground as well. Let's try and make sure that there's no ideal target for the Skitterer in the back line. Yeah. Only have to take 3 damages. Good enough.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
7, and we follow up with the crit from a relationship bonus. Love it.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Extra resistance piercing, but if the flame is low, we lower speed. Possible removal of diseases, though, through being hit. I don't think I really care for that much. Maybe it's better than one of the things 3D's holding. Lower speed for the extra damage? Certainly not. Honestly, the resistance piercing is kind of good for setting up Echoing March a bit better. Let's take that. Hey! This is what I wanted to see.
They seek to strike while we are vulnerable. Hold them off.
We're not vulnerable. That's just what they think we are. Solid skitter. Shank unfortunately gets through the dodge plus. We repair, and now with our wagon jack, we also get to move. Let's roll retribution. Setting up some riposting. And for our riposting target, why don't you be a fire starter? We burned him in response already. Hell yeah. Play out battle ballad. Who wants to battle ballad here? No one, I don't think. I didn't manage to pull that target forward, but I did hit the debuff. Flashing daggers again hits the hidden target.
Lethality writ large.
Might as well. Cool. Yeah, might as well use my crit token in order to guarantee that Smokescreen hits the debuffs on the Swine Brute. As the Swine Brute only has 20 debuff resistance and crits persist through 20% of the enemy's resistance, or rather pierce through 20% of the enemy's resistance, we were guaranteed to be able to get it there. Playing out myself right now seems pretty good.
Measure out your violence.
Puts a dodge plus token in that front line. Nice. Ooh, that's a lot of blight. Bellow is not an attack, so it would not trigger Firestarter. Well, hang on. It doesn't need to be an attack. It says apply on hit. I'm gonna Bellow you all. And yeah, it attempted to bleed each of you. Sick. Time for another retribution, though. Cauterizes a pretty big heal there. But... setting up burn on an adjacent target seems quite powerful. The respectful follow-up to blight an enemy when I otherwise have no access to blight in my party. Neat. Down on that door. I still need to somehow guarantee that I get to an appropriate turn for some stress healing here. And we will. I don't want to risk stress healing by trying to use Crush there.
Steady.
Cauterize for the heal. One death blow will repair the cart and then throw out an inspiring tune to our most stressed party member before death blow. Alright, what resources did we get? +1 armor. Banished vanity for applying combo to targets that strike us. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I require both of my trinket slots already.
The timbers creak, the wheels groan, but we press on nonetheless.
It'd be a bit easier to use that. Alas, I do require those, so I won't.
Your path lies through them. and so they must fall.
Okay. Oh, wow. Everyone wants to leave. Of course not. Major Sean, get him into formation. You know how to do that better than any. Oh, the pirouette open is going to be so good if it hits. Please. It's fine, it hit one of them at least. So I still get to follow up with the next. Hold the line can't be used from this position. Hold the line might just be garbage for me right now. Because I'm not ever moving units in front of Sean. I could use it maybe on the very first turn, but I always feel like I want to use Retribution on the first turn anyway, so... makes it difficult.
A promising development.
Let's move you forward. And I can pop a fire starter here.
Empowered, emboldened.
And then I'm going to play out on myself. Trying to set up a position where now I'm going to have access to the stressed recovery as well. Nice. Good old dodge plus tokens. Gotta love these relationships. Swine Skulker, new. Hit a blight and a burn on that.
Well done.
Crit for another burn as well. Just in general, looking quite good. I can move forward and crit for 5 here. Make sure you're on death's door before the start of your turn, because then you will not necessarily die, but you will most of the time, and I'm willing to take that risk.
Any being,
Alas.
however horrid, can be brought to heel.
Love seeing the Sanguine activation there. Let's finish you off with the
Persistence
flashing daggers.
will overcome even the greatest of threats.
If I get a single mastery from a fight that I otherwise wouldn't have... Ooh, gnarly knuckles, neat. I don't have enough melee. They are serrated though, so they could set up for something better later. But if I get a single mastery from a road fight that I wouldn't have otherwise had because of the wagon jack and not healing my vehicle, I will be over the moon about that. If I don't... we'll see. I'm not going to have a volatile reaction, I just may not necessarily be especially
Work
thankful.
fast and fight even faster.
Skyver! How dare you? I was afraid of being left behind. I'm not going to leave you behind. Gonna need to remove some tokens on the Skyver first, though. I'm gonna set you up with a burn token. Then I'm gonna smoke screen you. I know you hate being in the front. Yeah, you try and use Goring Flight and move to the back, so... let's punish you. Goring Flight, and you move backwards, and in doing so, you have guaranteed your own death. Good work, buddy. You'll love to see it. Let's rock a Retribution. Taunt up for the sake of this guy. I really wish I had upgraded Flashing Daggers. I'm using it so consistently. Hey! What'd you give him leprosy for? -4 speed at round start, blind 10% of the time. That's awful. I need to be able to remove that. Oof. I'd debuff you anyway. And I'm going to roll Defender here in order to cancel out my vulnerability, as well as gain a block token instead. Yeah. Saving myself 6 HP. Woohoo! It's time to start finally playing some tunes. Tune! I'm gonna use Firestarter because that crit is some some stress management in weight. And I'll use Retribution as well. I need 2 extra rounds? Am I even...
Lethality writ large.
I mean, it's theoretically possible I get 2 extra rounds here. I'm gonna leave the possibility on the table, but I really don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, because of that. Also, they would have had to choose not to attack, so they didn't lose themselves to the riposte. Makeshift Javelin. Damn, I'm getting a lot of these. I suppose I should start using them.
Albeit unsteadily.
Speaking of suppose I should start using them, I legitimately believe that, so I will actually follow up with action on that front. My pick can tell us the provenance of this stone. Patricia, as an ascetic, says, I care not for such subjective pursuits. Live a little. Sorathil is a Thanatomaniac now. Otherworldly Fragment as well for some DOT application.
You can carry no more.
I'm going to drop the telescope for the route scouting and the stirring snuff, the sharpness charm also. There is, theoretically, there we go. Gain when hit, remove disease 5%. I think I'm actually gonna do it. I think I'm gonna try and set up Major Sean to remove their own diseases here. There's some extra damage on melee skills for the Jester that doesn't use them. Locked Jaw would not give them the ability to actually even hit DOTs on enemies.
Choice.
Sorry,
At least it should be.
yeah, because the debuff is part of what triggers the DOTs for Echoing March, specifically on 3D. Yes!
Mind your wheels. They have nothing left to give.
Destroy my wheels. Eviscerate them. Den time, probably going to be encountering some spiders. What is with this extreme negativity we're bringing into the situation? I need extra mastery, so there's no way I'm turning down this area. Woof. Off guard. Real effective there. But so is pirouette.
A promising development.
Legitimately sick. Gonna eat the other corpse as well, and there's 2 of you on the field? Yeah, it is! That's just reloaded my ability to use the pirouettes and stuff. Hell yeah! Retribution, obviously. And pirouettes. I'm going to play myself out. Annoyingly, Patricia has actually gone before our jester here, which is not what I wanted. There you go.
A slow dissection. An
Dragonfly.
unavoidable end.
And now I will use play out on myself again. Setting up for the next dragonfly. Come on, remove my disease! I need you to attack my man-at-arms as often as you can. This ought to help. Ooh, the Jester goes before the runaway in this action. Love it. There's your big old stress reduction.
Emboldened.
And then we can follow up the Dragonfly.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
I should be able to work through the rest of that. If nothing else, I will force you to attack my most well-defended target, who also desperately wants to be attacked. Please attack. Please. Please. Let's set up Firestarter. Because I know I've got another wave after this, so I might as well act like it. Alright, I get 1 man-at-arms action before the end of the wave. I'm fine with that, actually. I get to bellow the dodge off of all of these enemies. Oh, and I also burn the people that don't manage otherwise. Neat. They have a lot of bleed resist is the problem with Echoing March on them. Carrying Devour doesn't. Dragonfly with the crit! Get him!
Lethality writ large.
Gigantic DOTs. Man! Maybe Backdraft is a legitimate ability. Maybe it actually does things. I'm loving finally running an actual riposte build as well. Let's just set up another Backdraft ability. Sorry, not Backdraft. It's Dragonfly, I meant. Oh boy. How did... Wow, I guess from that position it doesn't actually have the ability to hit me. Let's move it forward so that it does. Come on! Remove my disease! Dang it. Yeah, I'm not going to overextend the fight for the sake of it. I just wanted one more chance. Roll that one in 20.
Is gone. Let it die.
-3 stress to the entire party as well as 1 mastery.
The loathing whispers.
Never going to be mad about that. Legitimately think I'm probably going to keep the peculiar pods on Sean until I can remove this leprosy. Leprosy is so bad. Like, it's huge. -4 speed for a character that would really like to outspeed the enemies. Just slightly, at least. Swineskeish.
A fortune in memories long forgotten.
Price of Pride. Gain when hit. Lock plus token. Apply on attack. Stun with Bellow a lot of the time. If first in the turn or to get blinded. I mean...
Your coach is laden. You can carry no more.
This coach really is laden. I do need to be using these. Oh, man. Wait, what? When did I get the Royal Summons? Did I just get that? When moving, 10% chance to gain a crit token. Neat. Play out, removes a negative. At turn end, if we're in rank 4, we taunt. I mean, play out removing a negative token is pretty big. Remove blindness. Possibility of gaining crits. Cool too. Price of Pride's probably better than the Vanish Vanity to the point that I can probably drop the Vanish Vanity now. I've got to find a lot of stuff that I can afford to drop here as well, so I need to start caring less about what I throw away, I think. I'm going to get rid of the Chalk Dust because I have a lot of AoE that's not targeted. I'm going to... I'm very close to just getting rid of the Lockjaw as well. Getting rid of the Telescope, which I thought I had already gotten rid of. I don't think I'm going to be using the Standard in the night. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna get rid of the Gnarly Knuckles for the melee damage as well. Let's get rid of the Invigorating Toxicant because I don't want to get anywhere near Death's Door with this build. I can stack the healing a little bit higher. I could drop Stale Bread. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I can do it. Ablated Powders and Burn Salve, I could drop both of those unless the next area I go to turns out to be the Sprawl, but even if it is, they're not essential. I'm also going to drop the Linseed Oil Flask. Gets us back to a reasonable degree again, though. Also, again, we are entirely broken as a wagon, so I am hoping to get stuffed. I guess. Just take my 2 road battles and go, I guess.
The familiar hearth crackles invitingly once again.
3D is slippery, now gets a dodge at round start. A Cultophobia has been bred into Sorathil, though. Handed in the congealed slime. Hell yeah. 2 mastery.
Conventional fare, but fairly priced.
Legitimately, it's fine. I want mastery. I want any amount of mastery you'll give me. Okay. More songbooks of touching dirges. There's also a playing cards. There's more whiskey. Love it. I want to fix relationships. Before I consider that, though. Ooh, neat. Miller's Bounty. Negative 50% on the in and combat item prices. That's great. I only need 1 more bread.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
Tangle versus Sprawl.
There, above the hearth, the hunter's mark.
Bounty Hunter. Okay, dang it. Now I need to consider this. I don't have time between episodes to do so. So, I do like the idea of going to the Sprawl. Heck, I could keep the wagon jack on, but then I would I'd definitely fail secret safe. Oh man, with plus 100% hazardous routes, I really could keep it on. Of course, in this region, the runaway is not especially great. A lot of things have high burn resist. But I could just replace the runaway with the bounty hunter. So what is the real problem I get from this? I lose my only heal. I lose my only even slightly reliable heal. Contrast this against the Tangle, where I have a tactician. Wait. I also have Sprawl Scouting. I mean, I don't need to take the knitted blanket off of the runaway yet. You know, I think so. I think this is what I'm gonna do. I don't often get to take the bounty hunter.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
Alright, Fritzk. In fact, I think you should probably have a name, Tristan. Welcome to the party. Oh, you come with your own trinket. Although, hang on. As soon as you're gone, are you gonna lose, am I gonna lose the trinkets that you were holding? Oh man, the melee skill, the melee damage up would have been really good here too. I don't want to give him the snappy swig if I'm about to possibly just lose them, you know? I think Sorathil can gain enough speed here via a... There we are. Stimulating Poultice in order to guarantee that they have enough speed to actually get the interaction I'm looking for there. So Tristan, you have Collect Bounty, extra damage when there are marks, mark, stun when marked, caltrops. You also have Stare Down now for Taunt, Hurlbit from back 2 positions. So realistically, what is actually going to happen here, right? They're going to be sitting in the 3rd position. The opening is going to throw our Pirouette Grave Robber to the back line, so you're going to be in the 2nd line. I think finish him is totally appropriate. It projects damage in melee 1 more space than Collect Bounty can, which is very valuable. No escape, the possibility of just stunning a target. That's huge. Caltrops is pretty good. Flashbang's pretty good. I'm going to drop Mark for Death and pick up Finish Him. They will have a look at anything else over the course of this, but I think that's certainly what I'm going to do first. Everyone can have one herb. At round start, 5% chance to gain crit. Let's give that to Tristan. As for the apples and cheese of the situation, I think that'll serve well.
Something to
one more
ease
bread.
the rigors of the road.
Because Sorathil was feeling a little bit left out there. Remove a negative quirk, but possibly remove positives. I definitely want to get rid of... yeah, generous isn't great. I definitely want to get rid of the... Jesters off guard. I also lost Tangle Tactician, which is fine, because I'm not going to the Tangle, I'm going to the Sprawl instead. Let's go and pick up a Stimulating Poultice before I forget, making sure that Sorathil's fast enough to have the 50% chance at the start of each round to gain a crit token. We're not really going to get Blighted in the area, but I might want to just use the Impermeable Poultice. Definitely time... Oh no, I should have... Oh, dang it. Should have used the dirges before. Actually, you know what? It's huge. That's gigantic in the impact it's going to make. So I'm going to just very slightly reorder what we've done here. I'll do all of it quite quickly, don't worry. But I'm going to make sure that I do relationship modification before I throw the run away. Okay. So I go to the provisioner, I buy
relics remind us of a time before the end.
cards and 2 songbook dirges. Play cards. Incredible. Song. That was huge. Magnificent. Monumental. Could buy some poetry for some people. Also, Patricia, do you have a negative I need to remove? Zoophobic. Nope. That's not a priority for us. I did not intend to get a different chance on removing 3D's thing. I apologize. That has been a significant difference there. I don't like the old quit out for tiny things like that. It's only when it's so dramatic that I really feel like it's justified. Let's have a quick look at what's our worst relationship in the party. That's Sorathil and Sean, who are neutral. Next would be 3D and Sean, who are pretty close to being very friendly. So if I buy 2 poetry, Sorathil and Sean, and then 3D and Sean, please crit. Dang. It didn't crit, but I can buy some whiskey.
Something to
That'll
ease
fix it.
the rigors of the road.
3D and Sean have a wee bit of a chug-a-lug. And then Patricia and basically everyone else. Never mind, Patricia and 3D don't need to drink together. I had misanalyzed that, evidently. Okay.
There,
Now,
above the hearth,
fine.
the hunter's mark.
Now I drop the Snappy Swig. And realistically, I can just hold on to something. Save myself a slot.
The contract is sealed with a silent nod.
Welcome back, Fritzk. Or should I say, Tristan, again. Going back to our in items, crit on you, everyone else gets, or you as well, get the restorative herbs, you get your apples and cheese. Gromit. We don't, I don't believe we, wait, did I do the stimulating pulses move yet? I have not. Excellent. Let's make sure that I do. Pick up a single stimulating poultice. Sorathil is now fast enough to wield the snappy swig. Legitimately, I think it's probably better that and Raven's Reach than the Curing Cuppa. But I don't want to put the Curing Cuppa on Tristan because I don't know. Like, do you just run away with my trinkets on you? I can't risk it. Well, I could possibly risk it. This isn't that great of a trinket, but it's also not that great to be on Tristan in the first place, so I don't think it's that, you know, impactful. Let's also just have you consistently throwing bombs.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
Increased chance of looting trinkets from the trinket organizer. I think at this point, maybe I want spacious.
Reconfigure. Meet each challenge on its own terms.
Spaciousness. I also get to upgrade 2 skills here. One of which should certainly be Sorathil's Flashing Dagger. It's like a primary damage move for us. The Bounty Hunter has already mastered his abilities, love it. Fade to Black setting up combos on targets is actually legitimately useful. Bellow moving crit would not be unwelcome. But I did say I was going to upgrade flashing, so let's upgrade flashing.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
I believe I have done so. To as much of a degree as I am comfortable with.
Our great cities burn. All that beauty and knowledge, ash on the wind.
2 relationships have managed to form.
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
It's respect all the way down. Sorathil's inspiring tune and flashing daggers, neat. And Harvest and Bolster, 2 skills that aren't tagged. Hey, at least those characters might intervene anytime one of them targets something or is targeted by something. That would be nice.
Behold, the great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
First things first, if I go right and then cut a left afterwards, I get 2 road battles. I want him. Gimme! Ooh, this also is a resistance encounter, so I might pick up some mastery, which I really want, but also I might pick up, or rather I will pick up, a reduction in loathing.
Work fast and fight even faster.
I don't believe I tagged the correct abilities here. Alas, pirouette time! So good. Realistically, the best thing here is just murder the Pillager Hatchetman. Never let it have a turn. Oh, you burned my leprosy off! I can get rid of that trinket now! Woohoo! I'm over the moon. It worked. fade to black that far in? I really didn't think it was capable of targeting the third line. Evidently, it's my mistake. I could go to that line for crush on the heel, but nope, retribution. That's more our style. I really wish I had the ability to project damage up to the line I wanted. I can mark the dog for death. Don't want to do that. I can pretty relentlessly guarantee that bleed with the caltrops. Oof. It would have been hilarious if you immediately got rabies. Hilarious in the worst way, but hilarious nonetheless.
Malaise, measured and steady. A righteous action.
So mean. Alright, let's yell at him. Ooh, managed to slow him down.
Well done.
Time for a crit. And another crit. Oh, the snappy swing is going so well. Oh, come on. Okay, so out of all of this, we got some stress recovery. I don't think we got any positive affinity.
Choking on our dust.
We got an armor. We saved ourselves the money of having to buy the armor instead. And I'm not certain if that actually counts as a road battle. It doesn't! For the sake of the region goals, it doesn't count as a road battle. Yeah, that was good.
Your path lies through them, and so they must fall.
Tristan, let's do this. No relationship triggers occur because no one has a relationship with Tristan. It's purely professional. Oh, wow. Should I split the daggers here then? Or maybe just blight up the Imletist in the back line?
A breakthrough.
Solid split. Fire rises are a buff and a dodge on a target. I'm gonna Echoing March. Nice, moving you into a position where I may actually care now.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Come hither is very important here. Putting the Imletist in the very front line. Oh, dang. Pitfighter did manage to move back ahead of that. Alright, I'll go back to Retribution. This still sets up for flashing daggers to be effective. So it's not like I'm mad about it. But unfortunately, obviously, if the order was inverted there, Pirouette would be incredible. Play out to remove... Play out cannot target the self there, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna use Battle Ballad to push forward.
Slow suffering begins.
Our fighter, Flaming Lasso, has to hit us in the back line, of course. Big bounty. I love a good big resist like that. And again. Get him! The pulse build's so good. Crit!
Lethality writ large.
Sure, maybe I don't get the riposte that one. Set up a possible bleed on them, fail to do so. But I'm sure the death blow will be enough.
In this weighty gloom, a spark. The loathing abates.
It's definitely off to the left. I don't know what to tell you. Let me fight another road fight that doesn't count as a road fight, please. This is how I fix my wagon. I simply crash it into enough people and then threaten to kill them until they fix my wagon. It'd be hilarious if that crit repaired.
A promising development.
So good. Wow, you actually stressed them out. Let's try and march you to the front of the party.
Stupendous.
Why don't you come to the very front of the party? And let me use hold the line to crit kill you.
One less obstacle in our path. A master stroke.
I mean, with a guaranteed crit, I have to fire directly like that. Come on, stress him out. Dang it. I really wanted to inspiring tune. Alas. Let's give some damage to Tristan. Now I can't kill because I can actually be stress healed. So instead I will bellow. Speeding the enemy down. Giant self-heal from that crit there. There's the inspiring tune and...
advantage.
Wish I could kill the enemy without having to do anything else. I guess we kind of can. Come on, give me a mastery. Make it all worth it.
Let us hope these repairs will hold.
I'm trying to do big risk, big reward stuff. Lammy. Okay, so we've got a field hospital coming up. I can spend some of my resources to remove some more negatives here. Save myself some slots in doing so. I can only remove 2. I'm gonna get rid of a cultophobic
Habits can be overcome.
and tune Hummer. Case for concoctions and powders, don't really care about that. Leeches for the removal of a disease. As much as I do care about that, I don't think I want that. There are 2, oh. Shambler's Altar! Oh boy! Hoo boy! Hoo howdy! Hoo boy! What do I do about that? That's actually on the way to the lair. Oh, yes. Alright. Alright. I mean, I can just take the Curing Cuppa back off of you later. I don't need to guarantee that that's bad. I can also actually, oh my god, I can ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, and the hold the line is going to help me fix my party positioning. Okay, Sorathil, you don't need the ability to move forward again. You need the ability to move backwards. Other people need the ability to move forward. Or deals plus 50% damage when the enemy's burning. I'm not doing that, unfortunately. No escape with the ability to stun. Is pretty impactful for the upcoming fight. Shuffle the enemy party as well. Don't really care about that as much. Finish him being able to project damage. I care about that a little, but I don't think it's be all end all. That said, I think 3D probably needs access to Harvest for this upcoming fight. Battle Ballad is really important for fixing the structure of fights in general, so yeah, Harvest is on. Okay, Crow's Feet is not an awful thing to possibly throw. Ooh, wow, Hurlbat actually becomes a lot more impactful as a possible ability. No, but I do want to keep you in line too, so we're still not going to be using Hurlbat. It's just, like, Otherworldly Fragment seems really important here too. And then I will just keep all of the health on Sean, yeah. Let's do it. Oh, Swordhill and Tristan both are like, yeah, that's a Shambler. I know what we do with these. Me too, folks. Me too.
We are exposed.
I don't believe I'm threatened right now. Nope.
The inscription reads, "The sacrifice of hope opens the gate to ruin. Offer of yourself if you crave the void."
Darkly Curious and a Cosmic Slayer. Cosmic Slayer on the Bounty Hunter there. Pretty good.
A star-spawned child of the infinite void.
I would love this to connect. Oh, it connected in both instances! Holy crumbs! Swordhill managed to get through the dodge and through the 50% resist to blight and the 40% resist to burn. Both of them crit with the Otherworldly Fragment there, and now you have already 55 damage dealt to the Shambler. I don't know if we can be much more efficient than that. I think that's about as efficient as it gets. And we removed all of your dodge tokens. Certainly feels appropriate to fade the black here. Blinding the enemy, setting up a combo. Collect bounty as well. Firebomb? Yeah, I mean, I brought it here for the possibility. Strenorious Lament. Oh no, I'm gonna have to rectify my party positioning. Oh no, that's certainly something I'm not prepared to do. Anyway, I'm gonna hold the line. Because I know that love isn't always on time. I mean, yeah. Otherworldly Fragment missed, unfortunately, this time. Flashing Daggers follows up for some good damage, though. Definitely time to set up Retribution. Look at those 3 negative tokens, plus 150% damage. Crow's Feet misses, but it does remove my blindness, enabling me not to miss with the next action. No escape with the possibility of stunning the Shambler right now. Dang, unfortunately they did resist. 16 damage in response! Oh god. It doesn't really get better than this. I admit it, I'd miss you. Crit. Yeah, I don't know if I could have been much better prepared for this, frankly.
One less obstacle in our path.
2 mastery. I mean, it's worth it for the 2 mastery. Plus 100% flame. We also replenish our otherworldly fragments. We also pick up the Greater Bounces Belt. Extra healing received from skills. Oh, yeah. And the Eyes of the Void for stress-giving effects. I mean, honestly, I don't super want either of those. I might just give both of them to Tristan right now. Yeah, you can keep the Curing Cuppa right now. Let's see what I want to do with that later. Let's also make sure we actually equip people with new things to use. I want to go to the lair, baby. I should quickly, before I do so, think about anything that might change that. The ability to attack through blindness would be nice. So I could definitely see someone who acts early in a round, like a jester, using milk-soaked linen to guarantee other people's movement. Blinding the boss would be nice. Makeshift Javelin's just an extra attack, frankly. .3D, I think you drop Harvest now. But I think you pick up Slice Off instead.
Brace up. There's danger on this path.
I think we're settled.
I trust you have calculated your odds carefully. This will not be easy.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Says, I trust you have calculated your odds well. This will not be easy. I have. I don't expect it necessarily to be easy.
And fight even faster.
Okay, actually, never mind. I lied there. I do kind of expect it to be easy. %, stun resist. I don't know if I want to try and stun a target on a 50% stun resist. Hmm, 40% debuff resist. Maybe I just go straight for the damage. Actually, I want to go for the Caltrops. Lead resist is relatively low on these enemies at 20. Rend, that stresses us, thankfully.
Accumulation.
Giving me access to Inspiring
Is
Tune.
the key.
Oh wow, you managed to burn with that. I mean, I'm just removing the armor token that they seem to be getting at the start of each round here. The stun. Why? Oh man, 20% on the resist and they managed. Don't love that. Yeah, eventually I feel like we are just gonna have to straight up start striking them, so might as well gain the edge there. Also 18 damage. That's far from nothing. Ooh. Ready for the extra stress heal again?
Excellent work.
Crit applies the DOT that might kill, in fact will kill the ghoul. It's time to pull the attention off of our backline target that has taunt. Yeah, especially because of the old skull toss.
Bravo!
Let's just guarantee some blight. I mean, no one got the worries, so could have been a lot worse.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Why don't you come forward and start bleeding, huh? Exactly. Too much of a coward to bleed? What, you haven't got time to exsanguinate with your grandma? Ooh, big old crit token, love to see it. We've done all of the inspiration that is required as well. Now we can comfortably get out of here. Because it doesn't matter if the bounty hunter ends everything quite stressed.
Even the greatest of threats.
Ugh, just got an armor. But yeah, it doesn't matter if the bounty hunter ends all of these quite stressed. They're going home after this.
But we press on nonetheless.
They get to clock off and celebrate having a work-life balance that the rest of these characters lack.
Steel yourself. The hulking horror inside will not fall easily.
Ah, I didn't equip a new attack item, I think. Yeah, that's a shame. Ooh, with a crit, we managed to claim the line of the frontliner there.
Encouraging.
I was honestly not necessarily expecting that. Alright, Shaman. Why don't you show me what you can do?
Lenity. Grace. Small acts that drive back the darkness.
You have ignited. And fired some burning beads. I don't feel that stressed yet. Let's mark you for dare, setting up a combo and vulnerability, and then thump! Just crush you in a single action instantly. I mean, we also healed some off of that, but it's not necessarily that relevant. Critting 2 targets is better than 1. Let's try and pull the Emletist forward.
Malaise.
Dang, they resisted the debuff. They did get burned, bled rather in the first instance, but that's going to be the end of the effectiveness there, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to try and stun the Emletist up there in the back line. I don't want you to get that many actions, buddy. Accelerant, thankfully flashing daggers, is very well set up for here.
Lethality writ large.
There you go, Bounty Hunter, why don't you go fight people personally? I'm gonna make sure that we don't get fire flayed in the back line again yet. Down the death's door. You gotta hit the target that has the taunt. I mean, if you get to the round where you get to hit, that is.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity.
Smoldering Hymnal. Turn start. If you are first in the turn... if you're first in the turn order. Strength token. On killing blow, extra action 20% of the time. Neat. There's a flammable trinket here in the tinderbox as well if a flammable item is equipped. Get extra burn and extra burn resistance piercing. Attack crystal hosts, unabridged additions. Do you pot? Honestly, again, I'm doing this mainly for the difficulty. I want to learn more about this fight.
The conflagration must be stopped. The librarian must be destroyed.
Okay, let's make just a direct comparison because I have access to it right now. I could throw the poison dart, which would hit for 9 damage, and then almost certainly 10% chance for the enemy to resist. Almost certainly hit for another 10 damage, so 19 total, versus the thrown dagger, which just does 11 straight up. I mean, I think it's pretty clear in the comparison there.
There is beauty in our imperfections.
I don't want to shuffle. That could completely screw me. Caltrops would be good, though. I definitely don't want to pull forward. Oh, never mind. I can't. I wouldn't be able to even do that. Oh, no. The books can be moved. So, again, I don't want to shuffle.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
I mean, I know the enemy has to attack everyone, so... Not constantly, but I know that one of its moves each round. Is it? Each round?
Let us take a closer look at the thing.
Categorize probably doesn't count as an attack, actually. Set up. Combo and vulnerability on the target, or caltrop for the bleed. Legitimately, I think that vulnerability and combo on the target is going to be significantly more impactful. I don't like that the biggest book is in the backline. I want small books to be near the backline so that it takes a small amount of time for the librarian to get to more of a frontmost position kind of situation. Oh, the enemy cleared their own combo there. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Oh well. Time for a tune. Yeah, it's pretty much what I expected to happen here. Bounty Hunter's unfortunately gonna have to stress out. I'm gonna have to hold the line to get all the way back to the front. But that does rectify our party positioning pretty quickly. Nice. Love a good respectful follow-up. I'm gonna give another damage token. Oh, and a crit token as it turns out. Nice. Because now I actually do have access to the enemy in a direct fashion. And use Crush, 25% chance to hit, and we manage through the blindness and the dodge. Thankfully, we did as well, because now that sets up... I didn't tag the other ability again. Oops. I can try and bleed the enemy with the caltrop. That's not bad.
A breakthrough.
Nice. 15 on the bleed, 7 on the damage. Enemy does take a lot of actions per round as well. Let's use a healing
A
salve.
calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
So I don't think we're going to have to worry about him at all. Keep de-stressing the members of the party that are going to be staying around. Down to death's door. DOT trigger at the start of the turn. Unfortunately, you did not immediately attack the repostable again. Wow, I actually killed the book.
Weaken them, that another may finish the work.
There we go. One of you had to kill him in the end.
Greater threats await those who dare.
Realistically, I feel like I've just given myself a issue that I now need to solve of what do I do with all of these items? Okay. Tristan, you can have another bomb to throw. I didn't even end up needing the milk soaked linen. Maybe I'll just throw some more javelins. I don't think I actually need finish him in this context anymore. Alright. Back at it.
Choice. At least it should be.
I mean, two of our stressed members of the party want to go to the Hoarder. The Hoarder could have trinkets that would be relevant to us. It's just I feel like I'm almost at best in slot for a lot of stuff. Not exact best in slot, but like colloquially best in slot. I don't like the idea of just immediately going to a watchtower afterwards, because that's just completely useless. Nah, I'm taking the resistance encounter. Let's deal with our loathing.
Rubble and flame. As far as the eye can see.
Also, this treats the wagon more meanly, so I view the path more keenly.
To arms, though it brings no satisfaction.
I absolutely assure you it will. If he stresses out, everyone else is going to be like, okay, whatever. I throw the backshift javelin to remove the dodge, and then I death blow the target I removed the dodge from.
A simple kindness.
There we go. Let's not let you stress out if I do have the free option like that. Fiery haze, blinds, moves to the front. Guess it's not really an attack, though. I don't need to throw a makeshift javelin right now. Alright. Dunk. Dang. Really wanted to do that. The combo on the target. I really didn't expect the high roll for the kill. Alas, we got it. I'm honestly quite glad we didn't crit on either of those. Funeral pyre. Oh, big heal. Because
A small reprieve from this carousel of horrors.
and I get to manage our stress a lot more. That'll do. Sharpness charm, I already threw that out. That exact one as well. I'm gonna get rid of the bulwark band as well. And the peculiar pods. Really sucks that I can't agree with my team about anything. Let's go to the resistance encounter ahead. Everyone's stressed out about that.
You will fight, so that others may flee.
Exactly. Also, we lose a wheel on this side, and on the other side of this, we will lose another wheel. Really getting as much value out of that wagon jack as we possibly can. One of you should alternate to some glimmers of hope, as my torch is pretty low. I guess I consider 53 to be pretty low. Well, critical torch. Got it all the way up to 69. Let's use Echoing March to pull the enemy forward and bleed them. And a little bit of a no escape to try and, oh, fail, however, to stun the enemy backline. And despite having 5 stress, we only managed to hit the bleed on the enemy from the Eyes of the Void, that trinket that we got from murdering the Shambler. 70% chance on a crit here.
A brilliant conclusion.
Don't have to worry about that ever again. The Imletist now doesn't have enough HP to get through this.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Welcome to Death's Door. Thankfully the weaken comes out, making this pummel a little less devastating than it otherwise could have been.
All problems have their solutions, even the big ones. The past is gone. Let it die.
We managed to pick up a mastery there. Unfortunately, this is not one of the road fights. So it doesn't really prove the value of this thing. Come on. I think I might be just deeply skewed because the very first time the Wagon Jack enacted for me, it gave me a mastery. So now I feel like it does it 100% of the time. And that I've somehow been ridiculously unlucky every following time.
This onslaught short-handed.
Yeah, I'm not going to be short-handed though, is the thing.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
Oh boy. Oh, you stunned him. That's actually quite rude. Good old makeshift javelin there. Now I can follow up with an inspiring tune. No one's the wiser. They really don't like him. Said that's all the actions they get.
And do not relent.
Well, this round at least. Let's try and get that crack shot to ruin their own life by moving. They do so. Hold the line our way back to the front line. And there's no better setup for a flashing daggers than this.
They falter.
Perfect.
So press your advance.
I'm gonna elect to kill a corpse there, so that I can get even more stress healing right before the enemy dies to their own bleed. I mean, that road fight proved its value at least for management.
We move once more, albeit unsteadily.
I guess it's also worth noting that every one of these road fights that hasn't given me anything like that is also just a safe road that I got to drive. It didn't cost me a road fight for the region. It wasn't an Oblivion tier. I didn't lose, armor that otherwise I had paid for. I still think this is good, even if it's not giving me the mastery that I so desperately crave.
He struggles to decide what is real, holding back fits of laughter and tears.
Alright. And when hit, if we are stunned, we get to regen. Stun resist DO. I don't know about that. There's the undeserved commendation that we've seen prior. There's his rings. Poison dart does +2. Oh, his rings is actually sick. Poison dart does +2 blight. I mean, realistically, poison dart is still one of the abilities that I want to have access to. So cool. Apply on crit, 2 blight with range skills. We do crit pretty commonly. Yeah, I think I'll take those. It's also the thrilling tablet. Extra damage and extra max HP per lost hero. No. I'll take his rings. Trapmakers, Hoarder. I'm not interested in any of the rest of that. Alright, buddy. Thank you very much. Not a chance that I'm gonna overly care about. I guess I'll take the healing salves. No reason to avoid those. We'll leave. Sora, you can trade your... Oh, hang on, but if first in turn order you get strength, then you will be. And then crit. And then possible extra action. Damn it. I just bought a thing I never intend to use. I might once we get back to the...
The route will exact a toll on wheel and axle both.
I might once we get back our runaway. Once Patricia's back and I have other trinkets to put in other locations, meh.
Behold, the infinite emptiness of the void.
3D, you can afford to harm your relationship. Both of you stay above 17. That's the crit token we were looking for. That's 50% chance to kill the cherub. The Herald is the real problem. Dang it, dodge plus wasn't even enough there. Oh boy. Selfish motivation. I'm more than happy to be weak. It's negative 50% damage, but because it's a negative token, it's also giving me plus 50% damage, so... Let's try and knock back the Evangelist here.
Bravo!
Didn't manage to, but I did crit. I can put the enemy down to the ground. The only problem is I wouldn't be able to follow it up with anything. Let's use Echoing March on the Herald. Get him! Crush him. Hey, honestly, if that just removes the dodge token in response, that's good enough for me. And it did, so. Threshold reached. Oh, you moved a couple times there, didn't you? I can see how much you're bleeding now as a result. And in fact, I believe, yep, that's enough to kill you.
A promising development.
I was wondering if I would end up with a crit token that I would have to abandon with blindness. Oh, never mind, I get my strength token and crit token again, and then... Boom, insta-kill. Can I also get a free action? Dang. Asking for just too much, I guess. That would actually been really nice to hit. Would have gotten a little bit of a heal out of that. Not actually how I wanted any of that end of that fight to work out. I was hoping for a little bit of stress reduction. Alas. I'll settle.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Yeah, no cruel intent, thanks. Ah, Dark Impulse. The Runaway is currently holding that. So I'm about to have a second copy. Extra location and route scouting from the unabridged edition. I mean, realistically what this is the ability not to have the other thing that I have, but I like the other thing. As in, to not have to utilize the other... what's what I'm looking for? To not have to use my other trophy as my entrance for the mountain if I wanted that 50% death blow resistance back. But realistically, I recognize that the extra max HP significantly reduces the chance of even getting to that death blow in the first place. And also, the fact that Major Sean has the ability every round to heal a target by 33% quite comfortably because of the setup of our Medicine Chest, Surgeon's Kit, and Pygmy Pliskin, it's fine. I think I'm way too comfortable to care. I have another region before we actually even get to the mountain as well. Good lord. They're not going to be prepared for me. Stun the altar. Like, see, previously, that would have put the Grave Robber basically on, 10 HP remaining. They're not even below half yet. So sick. Lay out Neck or March there. Unfortunately, we don't manage to move them. Oh, we move them at the start of their turn, and then they use an ability to move backwards as well.
Who knows what lurks in the beyond?
That target is now dead unless the altar heals them. Rude. The altar did not heal them. Caltrop crits.
You may outwit them yet.
The altar is capable of using at maximum one more move. I'm gonna yell at all the enemies here, despite the fact that... Oh, they welcome crit tokens now. Despite the fact I know that the Bellow's not removing the crit token there, I just wanted to slow them down so I was gonna have the ability to take them out in time.
Lenity. Grace. Small acts that drive back the darkness.
Dazing this target doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna try and guarantee that they hit me in the front line. 37. I'm shaking in my wee booties. Do not love how close I'm getting to Deathblow territory there. Alas, fight's over.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
Sickening Silence. If a stained item is equipped and applied to attack when hit. I don't think so. Interesting, but I don't think so. Raider Heartseeker, 10% extra crit. I could see that possibly going on the
The loathing abates.
on the Jester, perhaps? Speaking of, the Jester is not currently holding anything. I can just hold a full 8 stack of medicinal herbs. I just don't see myself using Sickening Silence or Locked Jaw. I really don't want to throw them away. I'm never gonna have room for the sack host here. Cool. Didn't know the inn was just around the corner. Or should have known the inn was just around the corner. Obviously, having just fought in the rampart.
We would come here in summers of years gone to write, think, and rest.
Tempting Goblet's going to give 2 stress to all of my units in entering the next region. So I should definitely manage their stress long before we have to deal with that. Welcome back, Patricia. Oh no! It's whatever. Sure, I lost the cup. No, I didn't. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know. Knitted blanket's not flammable. But you know what is? Bomb. Bomb flammable. The fact that it gives the burn resistance piercing is the real big part of this. course, I'm gonna have to get additional speed on Sorathil again.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
Wax inoculate for... What's 33% disease resist until the next in? I mean, realistically, there's no great reason not to just use that on everyone. Two of you gaining damage tokens. Patricia and Sorathil.
Learn
Mastery.
what can be taught, that you may stand just a little taller at the end.
Throne Dagger definitely needs it up. Sorathil, am I gonna give you the rings? I do have the stimulating poultice. You can be fast enough, so maybe I don't give you the rings. Oh, Songbook of Rousing Tunes. I could use that instead. Okay, you know what? I'm never using Raven's Reach again. I just can't. I just can't see my way to that being useful for us. I'm not going to use Sickening Silence either. I'm not going to use Lockjaw. I don't need Dark Impulse. Okay, so now I've got 2 free spaces to work with here. Oh, Steak and Spots. Actually, not necessary, I don't think. But I do need to feed some food to some peeps. Let's go. First things first, you need the poultice, otherwise you are not really as viable as you otherwise could be. I'm gonna need some songbooks of rousing tunes. I didn't need to use the poultice because of that. Both of those are speed options. Ah, dang. It's fine. There's not that many relationships I still need to fix. What about negative quirks I need to get rid of? Zoophobic, hemophobic, cosmic fearing. I mean, I could just get rid of each of them. No, I could get rid of 2 of them with the Wild Tea. And honestly, that would be enough for me to be pretty happy about it. So it's probably hemophobic and cosmic fearing that I want to get rid of most. Oh, I got rid of generous. That's unfortunate. That said, generous was only +5 to possible relationship bonus. Possible positive relationship chance, rather. So I'm not, you know, cut up about it.
Everywhere in ruin. Everywhere in need.
So the Fatal would give me another chance to finish the acts, the action that the Man-at-Arms wants to complete, that Major Sean would like to complete. However, I don't really care about the work table loom. I could otherwise go to an area with more hoarders and 100% location scale. Oh, actually, hang on, more hoarders. What I really want is less of other locations so I can try and find more hero shrines. So I think it is actually Fatal that I want to prepare for here. Bellow definitely needs an upgrade, so does Crush. Dead of Night for the stress reduction's great. Firestarter does need to grab an upgrade, probably Cauterize too relatively soon. Yeah, I'm going to take the upgrade on Battle Ballad as well because I'm using it relatively consistently.
Planning and mindfulness, as vital to survival as sharpened steel.
So I can drop the wagon jack and pick up the stew pot.
Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
Invigorating stew seems like a great idea.
A smoother ride. For a time at least.
Also, I can remove 3 more stress with the whittling tools. Takes Major Sean back to their childhood. How about relationships now? Let's see, 119. I think that's the only one I'm going to attempt to influence here with a single flask of whiskey.
Comfort on the road to damnation.
I think I bought his rings, but I don't think I will actually use his rings at any point. Maybe for like the very final fight. Nah, it's not better than the other ones. Alas. Ooh, Otherworldly Fragment is flammable and noxious, so that still sets up our tinderbox. I don't know. I think we're about as set up as I can be from this. Unless I want to buy some food, but I think I do need to save some money, especially before going into a new area like this. All right. You know what? I'm going to pre-buy the Songbook of Rousing Tunes because it guarantees that I can get the... it guarantees that with bass, altar, and the Songbook, I can get Sorathil to 8 speed so that I can start taking advantage of Snappy Swig, even if everything else would deny me it. And let's go to the Fatal.
The tainted crop continues to spread its tendrils of rot and pestilence.
2 relationships. This one should be definitely positive. What, with the 100% chance for it to be positive?
A bond to be counted on.
Oh, Retribution and Inspiring Tune. Love it. You also see a respectful relationship between Echoing March and Backdraft. Yeah, that's seldom going to actually activate. For the moment, though, my name's Rhapsody, name of the game. Well, that's Being Darkest Dungeon 2. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is the series playlist for all my content in the game, past, present, future. Usual recommendation down below. Stream past the names of the people so generously supporting the public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out about the thanks and a special thanks this episode to Willow. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.